Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and today I'm taking a closer look at and showing you how to install the BMR rear lower vertical links with the polyurethane bushings, fitting all 2015 through 2023 Mustangs, excluding the GT500, and all 24 and newer Mustangs, excluding the Performance Pack cars. Now these links from BMR will be an affordable alternative to the company's billet offerings that will still serve the same purpose of reducing wheel hop on your S550 or S650 Mustang. Now these made in the USA options will opt for a polyurethane bushing in place of that more spherical bearing, therefore making these a great choice for those daily drivers out there who are looking to upgrade, but without the added noise or vibration of that more aggressive bearing. All right, so big features to talk about here will be the improved traction and handling benefits when swapping out those cheap stamped steel factory links with a burly and affordable tubular or square steel made in the USA option here from BMR. Now those factory arms, they tend to flex under load, while the soft rubber bushings found in those factory links tend to deflect, again, under load. Now put those two things together and you have very inconsistent handling and very poor traction thanks to that dreaded wheel hop. So by replacing those cheap factory parts with a 1.5-inch steel tube and performance polyurethane bushings, you're really going to help keep that rear suspension and knuckle in check, leading to harder launches, less wheel hop, and just more consistent cornering. Well, let's get a little bit more into the construction here with these links, as they are a slightly newer design from BMR. The original being, of course, those anodized billet pieces with the spherical bearings, and those were considerably more expensive. Now, this option from BMR does utilize 3/4 by 1.5-inch square steel tubing before being finished off in the BMR signature red powder coat. However, you can also grab these links in that signature BMR black hammer tone if you've preferred more of that low-key appearance. Now those links again are loaded with the greasable, thanks to the Zerk fittings here, polyurethane bushing, which will keep deflection down when compared to those factory bushings, but at the same time they won't be nearly aggressive as those spherical bearings found in the other options. Now spherical bearings, again, when you're looking for all-out performance, those are the best. However, they do typically usher in added noise, vibration, and harshness. Not really the case here. The polyurethane bushing definitely be firmer than the factory bushings, of course, what you want, but they don't transmit as much as that of that NVH. Last but not least here, guys, all BMR products, including these links, have been proudly made right here in the USA. Price point for these vertical links from BMR certainly worth talking about here again, because coming in at or around that low $100 price point for the pair, these are going to be far more affordable than the anodized billet options, also from BMR, about a couple $100 less to be exact, and honestly are currently one of the most affordable name brand vertical links you can find here on the site. Moving into the install here, guys, and the site's gonna call this 2-bolt job a solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you, I would say, a couple of hours to complete at most from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down on your S550 or S650 at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you need a 3/8 impact, an 18 and 15 millimeter socket, a mallet, and a grease gun. All right, today we're going to be putting rear vertical links on our Mustang, so let's get started. So we have our factory vertical link here. We just need to take this out and start with our top bolt and grab our impact and 15 millimeter socket. Take that one out. There's a nut on the back side. Set that aside, and we can pull our bolt out. Then we just have our lower bolt here. We're going to switch to an 18 millimeter socket and take that one out. Pull that out and pull our link out of the way. All right, so this is a little bit tight, so we're gonna grab a mallet and just tap that out of place. You can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So now we're going to install our new links. So we have a grease fitting at the bottom and we have a grease fitting on the side. We're going to have our grease fitting facing the inside of the vehicle. We're just going to get that bottom one lined up a little in place. Grab our mallet, tap it down. Just make sure you don't hit that grease fitting. Get everything lined up so we can get our bolts into place. You need to just give a bolt a tap just to get everything lined up. Grab our impact 18mm socket. We can start that bottom bolt. So we have our bottom one started. Now we're going to get our top one in place. Just get that lined up. All right. Since there is no threaded hole in the back, you can smack that all the way through and get our locking nut in place. You can grab our impact and 15mm socket, get that started. And tighten that down. Now you switch the 18mm socket and tighten the bottom down. So now we're going to grab our grease gun. We need to grease up both of our joints. I'll just slide that on the bottom here. Grease that up. See it's actually coming out pretty quickly. You can do the same thing for the other joint and then repeat all those same installation steps for the other side. And that wraps up our install of our BMR rear lower vertical links. Polyurethane bushings colored red for our 2015 to 2023 Mustang, excluding the GT500, and 2024 and newer Mustang without performance pack. And remember, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.